team versus a team that has been rallying in strength of late. Can OG finally take down G2 and punch their ticket to the playoff bracket tomorrow? It's time to find out. OG versus G2 for the playoffs.
OG has an opportunity to make a lot of people very unhappy just by making it into the top 8. Everybody's going to start to squirm a little bit in their seats as their window to qualify for London and even further for Fort Worth starts to close a little bit. In their way, though, the mighty G2 Stride. Let's get it on.
Oh man, G2, they had an interesting end to their last series, but they're looking to not repeat that in this particular one. Although, like we heard it before, a lot of people rooting against OG. However, their performance today has proven pretty much otherwise to what everybody wants out of their performance.
Well, Daniel's got Atomic trying to kind of hassle Calm up on the backboard. Now beast mode, trying to get around Nolly. That's not going to work out either. OG stopping G2's first couple of good efforts towards their net. Can they hold them off though? Atomic found a seam, and Calm's got that one cleared away. Narrow opportunity there. Now beast mode gives way to Atomic coming in behind him. Then Daniel following in there. It's almost like an assembly line. Just next man, rotate in and keep the pressure on. OG's gonna get overwhelmed sooner or later.
Why is Beast Mode doing that? And why is it working?
Atomic ends up getting blocked away. And now a roller from Daniel. Now beast mode is not even getting anywhere near midfield. G2 just will not relent. Finally, JNAP's a decent win, but they can't get out of the zone. They're getting hemmed in so much.
Bang.
And finally, the shot comes across from Beast.
It's only about time. That pressure was ridiculous.
Right? It's just so consistent. But speaking of consistency, the G2 passing plays are some of the fastest and strongest shots that will be placed on target. And if your defense is not prepared for where these are going to come from, it's going to look like a huge challenge into this series.
That's fake.
To the cross,
that was deadly.
Is what it took to keep G2 out, and the pressure just keeps going. It's Atomic over one into the corner when they know the shot isn't on target. The cool thing about G2 is they just send it offside and then they just keep it going.
As great as we talk about, say, the combination of like Daniel and Beast Mode, of course, so they've been together long enough that they are asserting themselves as one of the premier duos now in North America. That would have only been Daniel's second goal of the day had it gone through. JNAP's getting around Atomic, because he also does have 11 assists, and when you have someone like Atomic scoring 14 on the day, now you understand where all the scoring's coming from out of G2. Former G2 member JNAP's trying to get involved in the act. Not going to happen this time around, as Daniel's got that one away. Beast mode set up Daniel. This could add to the tally, but it won't. JNAP's in the way.
And pressure.
Gotta say, OG are looking pretty solid.
Trying to find beast mode with that touch, just a little soft enough for Calm to
They're not cracking under the pressure.
JNAP's upfield, trying to go for the bump onto Daniel, and unfortunately not turned around in a position where that could have been.
The problem is that they're versus G2.
And it goes wayside.
Yeah.
They gotta start over, try again. But if you are OG,
What more
you are
could
going
they
to
do?
get very far and few in between moments to score on this G2 Stride team, and you gotta make every single one count.
Like this OG team as a whole is such a good team, but they're all players that have basically already peaked. Together they can make themselves look like they're back in their top form, but realistically they're not. Nolly peaked on Karma in my opinion, and they carried that peak over to Genji. But then after he won the major, then it was a slow fall off. But then he's kind of got himself into a nice spot. And then he's got a good team in OG. And it's been great for him. And the same can go with the other two players on OG.
Nolly gonna have a full tank of boost, and he's gonna need some of it to get rid of this effort from Daniel. JNAPS comes in as well, and that might have not necessarily been the plan. Just happened to be there as the ball rolled up on him. He is there for this ball from Nolly, and Atomic just swats it right back once it came. And so Nolly back with a full tank of boost. G2's going to give him all that time. So now JNaps right at Atomic, hoping for a misplay. And I think he kind of knows his former teammate is not going to do that. This is dropped central. Daniel up to Beast Mode, intercepted by Noli. So now Beast Mode's got to run back, and the Psycho to at least get back to midfield. You take anything you can get at this point because they were under a lot of pressure.
Oh,
and it could have been even
that
worse.
was a stretch.
Great clear out of Beast Mode. Calm gonna leave it for JNaps, and he's gone way up. That one got away from him, and you feel like maybe G2 let off the hook.
Yeah, it feels like they've kind of let off the pressure just a tiny bit on this one, and they're trying to regain it back, but OG is matching the pace of play being presented to them. Now 30 seconds left on this one. It's tied game. Can G2 steal it away from them, or is it going to be a quick escape from their half from the likes of OG? Pass over to Noli off the ceiling, reset down towards one, but Atomic with the save, and pressure eventually starts to let up as G2 break out of their half.
Wide turn from Calm, and once again, G2 have given OG all the space in the world.
That's a good pop-up. Daniel's in a good spot.
That has the last good look.
Thank God it got cut, because if it didn't, then G2 was just getting a free goal.
Gonna try to keep this in the air. He's got the follow-up from Noli. It's a decent enough
And it's
pass,
down.
but
OT round game 1, you know.
got overtime here in game 1.
That's showing some promise for
It is a
OG.
place that G2 has been very successful in, at least as far as today is concerned. In early stages in, it's OG trying to push them back against the wall, but Daniel, big clear, even on low boost, immediate send back there from Noli, gets stopped mid by Atomic. And here comes Calm, trying to get down over one, but great and quick challenge there from Daniel could open up an opportunity here. Atomic, slow shot down, doink from Beast Mode goes up to the backboard, and Noli has it red.
Well, OG having to move quite a bit from side to side to try and keep up with the G2 attack. They've done well enough as Atomic has that out to the side. Beast Mode will give chase, and that falls right to Noli. So it worked out perfectly for OG, as does that boost spawn. JNaps grabbed it, but he left the ball behind. Daniel's there. Here comes Atomic chasing into the corner. Doesn't have a lot of boost to work with. So Noli's going to take that over top of him and try to dribble through. That's off the
That might be a goal. Oh, but it's Daniel. Right, my bad. My bad. I forgot.
And near misses on both sides have us still going into the second minute of overtime.
This is such high intensity pressure whenever somebody gets close to a net, and it's not going to stop that way here.
Yeah, that's a goal.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
That's
That's the expected result.
I mean, anytime Beast Mode's got it on his hood, way up at the top, it's like we mentioned in the last round. You kind of lean forward and you see it like, all right, what you gonna do now?
Weird.
Coming
For so long, that is, of course.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, the second Daniel starts to get involved and starts to feel playing in a way where he feels comfortable to get involved, because I think that's where a lot of my respect comes from. G2, they don't force Daniel to play offense if that's not the vibe for the day, right? And that's a good thing. You can't force stuff like that. The fact that you do have Atomic being able to step up in a time like this is huge. And there it is. It's the setup to Atomic to find his way through. Early game lead goes G2.
Just keep compiling those stats. Another assist for Daniel, another goal for Atomic, and G2 strike first in the first minute of game 2. I feel like that might have been the window for OG, that first game, getting that to overtime. That was their chance to get a meaningful win under their belt and some positive momentum. G2 is a team that, again, at their peak, can put teams like this away very quickly. I think a lot of eyes have been on this series to see exactly which G2 shows up, and it looks like we might be getting the G2 where we've become very accustomed to over the past several months.
Yep, this is the G2 that is taking everybody down in basically sweeps, maybe giving up a game at the most. But OG, on the flip side of things, it has been literally just pure momentum throughout the entire season. You usually want to see it split by split, but it is taken, they took the long route on it, but they came in when it mattered most. Now they're looking to try and head to London, make a second LAN throughout this season. And to get there, you gotta get through G2 first.
That ball's right out to Calm, and then the demo.
Okay.
You could see there wasn't much of a sense of urgency out of Atomic. He's like, oh no, my teammate's got this. Except he doesn't, because he's no longer there. Nolly with the demo.
Nice demo from Nolly. Okay.
They sorely need
Fair
I
enough.
was starting to wait for these demos to come out of OG. I mean, if you know the names on there, you know at some point it was bound to happen. Usually it comes from Calm, but Nolly
What a
stepping up,
save.
getting the demos for himself, but also as far as passing's concerned, looking extremely solid. But the race back home to their own half has started, and the transition comes through.
Yeah, that shot from J-Nabs, I mean, you can't really defend that. You just pick a spot and hope you guessed right. And it did work out that time for G2. Atomic has that up to the corner. He'll leave that for beast mode. And he's got his partner Daniel across the way, but he'll take it himself. That shot saved away by Calm. Atomic trying to play for possession. He'll go up high, down hard, swatted away again by Nolly. Now Daniel will try to set up beast mode. He's been doing that all series, or all season, all event. Words, hard, we'll get there eventually, but not this time. Calm has the clear out, and Daniel will just take the midfield boost on his way back. Atomic the back boost, and G2 very comfortable, and maybe a little too comfy as Daniel has to range back for another save.
That was a really good air bump right there, and now you just keep it going. All three members of G2 were in net, and yet nobody could make contact with this ball.
Oh,
from the
okay.
ceiling, and it is the
Wait,
slowest
bruh.
bounce on
What the
Earth.
fuck?
Daniel.
Okay. Lock back in the series.
The ceiling's reset, you get it with the
Pretty
tires.
up.
And
No.
so, everybody's expecting
I'm
he's
back.
gonna get
I'm
the
back
boost on
now.
it. It's going to have a lot of pace. No, wheels. And everybody's just like, what?
What?
Well, you take the 2-1 lead. It works out perfectly for OG. Now they got to hold it though.
Daniel, come on, brother.
2 minutes
You're down in the
and
series.
Atomic
I know you're meant to be
and
that
all
team,
day
but
played this
come
up,
on,
took pressure
bro.
out of J-Naps.
Can't be
They can
doing
launch
that.
ahead. Daniel
Both
waiting
that's
to try
disrespectful
read where
and
Nap's gonna play it,
stupid.
and he has done so. That just about kicked out towards beast mode, and Nolly able to scramble onto it very quickly.
There goes Daniel in the corner. Question is, how do you start a new playoff this one? Because OG feeling like they're starting to decide what pace of play is going to be, and it's a little bit faster than what G2's at the moment. This one floats down. Atomic going to take this one. Up in the sky. Trying to go to the backboard. Nolly just follows it and reads it. Carries this one down. You're pretty much just trying to waste time a little bit and just make things a little bit easier for yourselves. Pass down out mid. Calm there to collect it. Flick over one, but Daniel slows it down.
How quickly can G2 get back into this? That challenge goes netward. Nolly there as he parks the bus in front. Now Daniel cutting in front of beast mode, so beast mode can use his boost to make this save, bring it all the way across, and he can try to create solo. Gonna need some help as he lets Calm take over, waiting for another mistake. Not gonna get one this time. Nolly shot would have put the game away perhaps, but the shot goes high. So more opportunities for G2, but they're stuck in their own end and not a whole lot of boost to work with. J-Nabs trying to pinch one on target. This goes right through everybody coming out. And Calm goes
This
to
is
work. Down to
pretty
33.
shocking.
Trying to put this
I did
away
say though,
again and denied at the
they
last
did have a
moment.
good promising
So
look,
OG
but
haven't been able to deliver the
still wasn't
knockout blow.
expected
They've at least hindered G2.
for
They
it to
wasted
be
a good
this
15
close.
seconds, and now G2 gets to finally attack with
Oh, that might be in though.
and Atomic,
Oh, but what
beautiful
a save from
Daniel.
Calm.
Better save by Calm. Beast mode, slow play, trying to force his way through.
Oh.
Rebound is denied by Nolly
Bro,
and
this is
J-Nabs.
so
Down
close to
to 5
being in
seconds.
over and over again.
Atomic to the heavens, bring it down. The pogo doesn't work out. They're bringing
Pogo.
everything.
Bro,
Out
these
there playing
guys.
tricks, and then they run
These
into each other,
guys.
and that kills
These
it.
guys.
OG level the series.
How many creative attempts could possibly have gone on target at the time? But this OG squad, the way that they
J-Nabs'
look
car
right
is
now,
so sick.
defensively, is what potentially could win them this series alone.
So we'll line it up for game 3. Break this 1-all tie between OG and G2. Players, of course, who have plenty of familiarity with each other. Atomic for beast mode. Can he get the double? No. It's left back for Daniel, who came up Got
Oh.
the cookie jar, and they still don't convert on the OG
Bro, OG
side.
are having some nice pressure.
Just couldn't catch up.
I mean, you gotta
Keep
put
catching
it
them
again,
out.
but at least this isn't the last chance. They're still trying to go. This one fell under one. Khan's next. And there's the demos. They're starting to come out. Atomic able to keep this one back. It's a slow one. And JNAPS just trying to keep the pressure consistent for OG. But G2 doing a better job this time of keeping this one in their favor.
I mean, you see OG kind of taking things a lot slower when they have these solo efforts, trying to put their mechanics to work, but also trying to get the defense to commit one way or the other so that they can kind of have the upper hand. It's beast mode. You take this forward, Nolly's there with a full tank of boost. Everybody from OG has plenty in the tank. You don't expect them to concede a goal here, but again, you've seen stranger things as Nolly has to scramble in front. He's got that save. Calm has all day to play this, so Daniel and Beast Mode starting to creep up. Now Nolly with Atomic starting to buzz around a little bit, and it's almost deceptive out of G2. It looked like OG was going to have all the time in the world. All of a sudden,
oh shit, my camera.
Sweeping in, and Daniel finishes off the play.
I mean, what can I say?
Discount out Daniel, right? You can't expect him to be slow or be a bit behind. There's gonna be moments where he's gonna race towards you and you're not gonna expect it. And those are the moments like that where you get caught off guard. Just a tiny bit, attempt to make a center here. Instead, it turns into a transition for OG. Calm over one, shot on target, sent off by Daniel.
Now what else does JNAPS have up his sleeve? Trying to weave his way through traffic. The problem is, very slow play. He's not really going to be able to get that through, and his teammates are all the way across the field. Have a tough time getting that ball over there, as now Calm will race up. JNAPS, oh, he turned just a little bit short of the midfield boost, so that's still left available. He will eventually grab it. Now Nolly out of the corner has that kicked away from him, and JNAPS sweeps back into position right at the center line, avoids the open net goal concession. So now Calm drop down to Nolly off the crossbar.
Oh my god.
Gotta feel robbed.
Oh man, that one had to and should have found its way in, but this isn't the end of it. It's an attempt off the sidewall, but a clear out from Daniel to Atomic. And can he break past it? Yes, it's a tiny touch there from JNAPS that sent this one back, but G2 said no. The shots are still coming through. Great save there from JNAPS just to slow things down and try and regain control.
Yeah, there we go.
OG. And this
Moist
is what
with
they
the
need to
3-0
pass over to
sweep.
each other. Calm, shot disrupted, sent off by Atomic, and here comes G2.
You can see Moist have swept the Snowmen in the 1-1 round. So Moist Esports, one win away from getting into the top 8 as Nolly slicing and dicing his way through, and a great 50 results in another goal.
Oh my goodness, I mean, Beast Mode really tried, but if you see the name tag Calm coming at your way, you know 9 times out of 10 you are about to get demoed off of the field, and that's basically what just happened. 2 minutes left in regulation, an attempt to go over JNAP's head doesn't make its way there, and tied game between OG and G2.
Tied for how long as Calm is forced to stay back a little bit. Daniel starting to come up. We're seeing Daniel very aggressive on the offensive end. Even with just the 1 goal in the series and 2 on the day, he's had his hand in a lot of the offense for G2 otherwise. Atomic blocked away by Calm. Daniel waiting outside the wing. Beast Mode is up forward though. So Daniel's got to take his time. Now he will take over. Nolly picked his pocket. And Atomic has to bring it all the way back. We've seen both teams be very patient.
That night really can't catch a break.
They've had a lot of time to work with. That time has closed down considerably on the G2 side. They just kind of attacked from almost out of nowhere, almost lulling you into a false sense of security, and then they almost convert there. Beast Mode up in the air. Nobody with boost to go up and challenge him. And it's
I know he's winning in the other 2-go round.
You gotta keep
Oh my god, bro.
going. Here comes Atomic off the ceiling, leaves this one down for Daniel.
G2 is struggling to score right now.
They played a patient game. It's working out in their favor.
And there's so much pressure and they just cannot finish it.
But none successful yet. Pinch off the sidewall, sends this one all the way upfield for G2, and OG just really trying to slow down, regain control, and head back to that G2 side.
control has been the name of the game on both sides as Beast Mode gets the second touch to send that all the way downfield. And a ball that bounces through gives G2 a chance to line things up. Down to 15 seconds in regulation. Still knotted up. Maybe another overtime like we had in game 1. JNAPS and Nolly have other plans. Nolly can't force it through Daniel. Down to 7 seconds. Now Beast Mode trying to run alongside Nolly. This is still dangerous. Could end up in front. Calm will bring it down. Will they bring it to ground? No. OG wanted to have a look.
OT again. Okay.
Time again.
OT once again. Third game will end 2-1. The question is, who is it gonna be to do that? Great save there from G2 and a clear upfield from Beast Mode, but Calm lurking way back in that deep third. Just anticipating anything coming their way. That's a last-ditch save from JNAPS that stays out, and they can breathe just for a short moment as Calm tries to send this one forward.
Over and loose ball again. Nolly's the one who has to come up and play it instead. And a missed opportunity for OG. They couldn't get a real quality look on. Atomic trying to run interference. It might have been just enough, but Beast Mode sent that wayward off to the corner. And JNAPS through traffic just has that one challenged off of him and downfield. Back and forth they go, waiting for someone to flinch. I think there have been a few flinches, but nobody's capitalized. Nolly, throw it forward again. Calm is up there and looked like he was a decoy, and G2 had the play well read. Beast Mode again. Stopped by Calm. Here comes Atomic. He scored too many today. This time stopped by JNAPS, but not out of the woods just yet. Beast Mode
that bump? Okay, well, it comes there.
It's
Never mind.
alone with JNAPS finally coming back in support. Daniel chips him, and can he get this one central? Boy, he's trying, but just can't get it down for a pass.
He is trying with all of his might, but so is Nolly, trying to push his one towards that net there. Instead, falls back into the hands of Daniel. A lot in the tank to make a play. It's a pass to Atomic.
Great save.
There from Calm, but pressure doesn't stop off the ceiling. Daniel gets bumped, but it actually could have gone in favor of G2. It pinches, dead ball, claim from Nolly. JNAPS gonna be the one to follow this one through.
Atomic was trying to read where JNAPS was going to head with that ball. He couldn't get out quick enough to meet him. So a chance for OG. Now if they can keep the attack alive, they cannot. Daniel's run out of boost. Atomic coming up as well. JNAPS to catch, and Daniel just swats that all the way across where Beast Mode can't chase it. Oh, he's left it for Atomic, and the shot going in behind the defense does not sneak through, at least not this time. All the way across, and maybe just a little too strong for Daniel to go chase. He got demoed. So back the other way, he's already back into the play. That's how quickly it is for G2. Landed on the corner boost, set up Beast Mode, and he couldn't convert.
A million setups, 100 demos, and nothing finding its way in. It only takes one golden shot to head to match point for either of these teams. And could it be JNAPS? This one, wide Beast Mode to carry. And here comes Calm, trying to take a shot. Nolly down on the ground, and JNAPS is up next. There's a great challenge there from Atomic to slow things down, and Daniel's gonna try and beat the race. Calm on low boost. It's one touch out, back to center, but Atomic has to leave this one for Beast Mode. It wasn't the best positioning, and now it's down over one. You're bobbing and weaving the defense, but it's never enough. OG stays strong.
Oh, every time. They just can't score. Finally! Oh my god, how many chances did I want?
Not once, not twice, but 3 times has the scoreline been 2-1. Except this time
that was ridiculous, man.
G2. It's got to be so frustrating for OG, right? You keep getting just within reach of a moment, but the one person OG needed to not wake up and get involved on offense has officially started to get involved. Daniel, as far as that game 3 was concerned, looked stellar on offense, and I don't expect anything less in this next one.
Well, here we go. Match point for G2. OG's got to win 2 in a row if they want to make it into the playoffs at 3-0. Have a shot at one of those top 2 seeds. Nolly still hanging around on the backboard, trying to drop that down to Calm, and a clever play, but it never had a chance of resulting in a goal. Now Daniel had Atomic forward. Beast Mode starting to creep up as well. G2's going to have to reset, and look at all the space they have. I think there was a sense of maybe, hey, let's go press the issue, but there was nobody forward for OGs. It was like, hey, why are we in a rush? Now it's demos all over the place.
Okay.
Might have
Gonna say, there's no way that Beast Mode's getting that in, right?
Daniel trying to go after one, trying to go after two,
These
and
demos.
just about got there, but he could not take out JNAPS again. Demos all over them for G2 right now. It has been a very physical, very explosive opening minute.
I am very shocked G2 hasn't found their way in. I think there it is.
Oh, that was a nice shot. That was a nice shot. Oh, that was a nice shot from Atomic. Double off the ceiling into a quick reset, beating every defender. Oh, that's nasty.
Daniel's out there like, I demoed everybody, man. You just gotta be like 1 mile an hour faster and we're through. But no, eventually another play is the one that makes this one get onto the board here. But question is, how does OG respond to this, especially when G2 is coming in so quickly?
It's interesting to see OG getting bullied around like that, because they've been one of the more physical teams, as you would expect, in the tournament. They come into this round averaging 7 demos a game as a team. But it's G2, not too far behind them, only about 1.5 behind them, that have kind of dropped the hammer on them. So now, how does OG respond? They're down a goal in a game they must win.
Oh.
Otherwise, they drop down.
Oh my god, I thought Beast Mode was actually gonna get another touch.
And while that doesn't seem like a big deal, okay, sure, you've got 2 more lives. That can turn very quickly into 2-2, and we've seen teams reverse swept out of the tournament just as much as we've seen teams start 0-2 and then play their way into the bracket.
Yeah, it's not uncommon. If you have any form of momentum in the Swiss, you gotta follow it through. But you gotta be honest with yourselves here, OG. This is an insane monster to be going up against. It's G2 at the end of the day, one of the, if not the most consistent team as far as honestly the world is even concerned at times. It's been,
oh, that's a good redirect from Calm. Yeah.
Their matches. Calm comes from down. It's a far shot upfield, and he finds his way through defense, past Daniel and onto the board.
Great redirect out of Calm, and the good recognition to hit him with that pass. So OG level it up. Exactly what they needed. That's awkward though out of G2. It should be an OG goal, but Daniel stayed with it, with JNAPS right there waiting on the weak side. You kind of play forward and hope for a mistake. You don't expect one against, you know, the best players in the world, but that one got really awkward for G2. Now Daniel tried to go low, and Calm's got that all day. So now JNAPS with absolutely nothing in the tank, and Beast Mode wasn't having any of it.
Here comes Nolly to the backboard. Great read there from Beast Mode. And Calm just keeping this one orange side off this one. Can Atomic great pass? He does.
Maybe Moist is doing what they're doing because special day for me. Maybe they know. There's no way, right, that my team is doing what they're doing because of me, right? Because today is my birthday.
From Daniel as JNAPS
Yay! Happy birthday.
Neither of them had anything in the tank to work with.
Happy
And it's just Daniel's pure skill that sets up the goal for Atomic. OG didn't have anybody rotating back on the weak side. As that gets through everybody here.
Maybe that's why they're playing good.
One-on-one with Atomic.
It's about time.
Against a lot of the field.
Too little, too late, but hey,
Intercepting that pass.
seeing them playing like that is
G2
just,
will not get to work
it's nice.
because Daniel got deleted off the field. So what can OG do here? They find themselves chasing the game again. Again, not a game that they absolutely must win for their tournament lives or anything, but take care of business as quickly as you can and be done with this most chaotic stage of any given tournament. Here's JNAPS, 1-on-2 this time, and the slow play just kind of turned into paralysis.
Daniel off the backboard to Beast
Well,
Mode and Atomic.
Atomic committed there, that might,
For the effort,
that might have been
but
able
it's
to be
just
50
G2
to a
playing
good spot,
keep away
but
at
yeah.
this point. One bounce down.
Considering they're up by a goal, they
JNAPS
don't
shot
have to
high, but again,
play
it's
too
great
much.
reads. G2 just slowing it down in these last few moments. 35 seconds left in regulation. You're leading by 1. You want to turn it into 2. But what's going to happen is OG's going to come
Oh my
out
God.
swinging from the fences to get out of their own half here. Pass over to Beast Mode. This one goes down to a center. So Atomic hits a slow one in, and
3-man passing play. What more could you want?
I mean, you almost expect, okay, somehow there's going to end up on target. There's going to be more central. No, just kick right back out to Atomic, and he just lines one up. Perfectly executed by G2. One of the best passing teams in the world has done it again, and it might well have just put away this series. Nolly to the backboard, calm down towards Jane Apps. Got to have this one on. It was, but Atomic's in the way. No sign of a follow-up either. It's very late out of Calm and OG, and that's just going to be way too late in general. OG is going to run out of time, and G2 is going to run on in to a top spot in another bracket.
You can't
Saw that one coming.
Against G2. You can try your hardest, you can put up a fight, but at the end of the day, G2 literally own North America.
Yeah, it is G2.